Austin housing prices have been dropping. What about the suburbs? Everybody left Austin for the suburbs. So are the suburb prices dropping too? Jeremy Knight, the Knight Group, your favorite Austin realtor. Yeah, that's right. I did a whole video talking about what was happening in the Austin area. We went zip code by zip code and talked about what was happening. Right now, we are going to go through the suburbs because you asked for it. So we're going to talk about Kyle, Buda, all those great areas, Georgetown. We're going to go through the numbers and tell you where we are compared to the peak of last year, because 2022 was the peak. So we're going to go through that right now. I appreciate everyone that liked that video and then said, yes, please do a suburb video. Thank you. Now, your job is to share this video with everyone that might be in one of these zip codes or thinking about being in these zip codes. And if you're somebody that's looking at buying in one of these suburbs, drop a comment below. I want to hear from you. What are you looking at? What are you expecting? And if you did not watch Real Migos with Byron Lazine, I will link it right here. You must watch that Real Migos video. It's about an hour long, and we talked about a lot of things that are going to be facing the Austin area and the housing market over this year. Absolutely watch that live stream. Again, I'll link it right there. So before we get into it, let's look at where we are as far as the MSA numbers. Now, the MSA is going to encompass all of the areas around Austin, but we saw a high of 550 in May of last year, and then came down to December about 457, and we started January at 450 as our median. So keep that in mind as we're looking at all these areas, because that's going to kind of give you a basis of what areas are below the median and what areas are above the median. So right now the median is 450, and that's about 6% down year over year. I'm going to work my way from the ones that saw the least amount of change to the ones that saw the most amount of change, negative. All of these numbers are negative from the height of 2022, but I will reference June of 2021 as well, just so if you're somebody that bought maybe 2020 or in the height of the 2021 numbers, you're going to see what the median prices are. And believe it or not, we are still positive in most of these areas from 2021. So let's get going. Number one is going to be Taylor. Taylor in May was at 344 and came down in December to 341. That's about a $3,000 drop. We're at 0.08% of a negative. And from the height of 2021, we are up $31,000. So you still have some equity there. So as we go through this list, I want to get your opinion on some of these suburbs. So here we go. Number two, kind of working our way up the list of biggest drops. Georgetown saw the least amount of drop if you look at it that way. So in May, the median was 495 down to 488. So only about a $7,000 negative drop. That's about a negative 1%. But if we look at from the height of the market in 2021, we're actually up $3,000 from the height of the market. So getting close to 1% positive. All right, let's take this to Bastrop. Now, Bastrop Southeast, we've seen lots of growth in Bastrop because of everything that's happened with Tesla and all that fun stuff. But Bastrop, at the height of the market, was 380,000, down to 360 as far as January. That is a $20,000 drop for a 5% drop negative from the height of the market. But if we look at Bastrop from May of 2021, I had a lot of clients buy in late 2020. So you're in great shape. The median in Bastrop is actually $30,000 positive from 2021's numbers. That's a 12% increase from 2021. So while we're seeing these short-term negatives, we're still seeing long-term positives depending on when you purchased. All right, let's go to next on this list, and that is Kyle. Kyle saw a high of 399. And in fact, if you look at Hayes County is the only positive. They're up 7% year over year. It's the only county in our little area that's actually positive. But Kyle is $25,000 negative with a 6% decline from the height of the market. But if we go back and look at the height of 2021, Kyle is still $15,000 positive at a 4% increase from the height of 2021. All right, what are you thinking so far? Kyle didn't see that big of a drop. Bastrop, Georgetown, and Taylor. Let's keep working our way up this list. Lakeway is next in this list. We saw a $75,000 reduction from the height of the market till now, and that's about a negative 9% drop, right, from the high. But if we look at Lakeway as far as the height of the market, it's still down 5% from the height of the market in 2021, down $47,000. So that's, as of these first five that we've seen, that's the first one that's negative from 2021. All right, let's work our way up into Dripping Springs. Now, Dripping Springs has two kind of separate zip codes. One kind of covers Austin, the other doesn't. This is one of the only ones I had to actually look at the zip codes because of how the numbers, you don't care about that. But for 78737, it's down $33,000 from the peak, from 996 down to 963. And it's actually positive from the 2021 numbers, $52,000, so 5% increase. So that's gonna be like High Point, Parton Ranch, Belterra, those areas, that's 78737, just southwest of Austin. So positive numbers for since 2021, but negative since the height of the market. Liberty Hill is next. This is one that a lot of people ask me about. We've had a lot of clients buying Liberty Hill recently, but Liberty Hill is down $41,000 from the peak in 2022, down to $399. It's a negative 9%. If we actually look at that from the height of 2021, yeah, Liberty Hill is still down 3% from the height of the market. So if you're looking at Liberty Hill as one of those areas you're looking to buy in, it might not be a bad idea to look in there, but you are seeing some downward pressure, and that's because there's a lot of new construction in Liberty Hill. The other zip code for Dripping Springs, so drop a comment below on any of this stuff. The next zip code for Dripping Springs is 78620. That's farther west. Now, this one is negative $63,000, so negative 6% from the peak. Actually, look at that. I have Liberty Hill and Dripping Springs switched. Liberty Hill should be higher than Dripping Springs, but negative 6%. Down 63,000. If we compare that to the height of the market 2021, Dripping Springs is still looking really good. We're $158,000 up from the height of 2021. That's 21% growth in that zip code if you purchased in 2021. Good for you if you did that. All right, let's keep going up the list. Manor is next. Manor saw a $42,000 reduction from the height, from 440 down to 398. This gives us a negative 9.5%. And if we look at the height of the market from 2021, we're actually up $70,000, which is up 21%. Who else, what other agent is taking the time to break these down for you? Who? That's why you should share this content, and you should reach out to us if you're looking to buy or sell. All right, let's keep going. All right, Buta's on the list. Buta went from 490 down to 441. That's almost a $50,000 reduction in price. You're looking at 10% negative in Buta. So if you bought in Buta in the height of the market last year, you're unfortunately potentially down 10%. But if you bought in 2021 in the height of the market, you're actually up 4% because we saw a $19,000 price appreciation from 2021 to now. All right, let's get into Leander. Leander is one of those ones that you want to hear about as people like, oh, I'm waiting for Leander, right? You're writing in the comments, where's Leander? Where's Cedar Park? You're seeing bigger price reductions in these zip codes. So Leander saw a 13% drop from the height of the market 2022 till now. It's a $73,000 price reduction. And if you look at Leander over a year from 2021, you're almost break even, about $6,000 positive, so about 0.01% positive. So if you're in Leander, what do you think about that? All right, we got to get to Hutto next. Hutto is down $61,000 from their peak. That's 14% down, $3,000 from the height of 2021, which is a down 0.08%. So if you're in Hutto, what do you think about that? So let's talk about Bee Cave next. Bee Cave is kind of hard to part and parcel, but Bee Cave at the height was about $1 million, down $150,000, which is 15% negative drop. I mean, that's a pretty big drop. And that's actually 3% down from the height of the 2021 market as well, about $23,000 down from the height of 2021 as well. So if you bought in Bee Cave, keep an eye out. Look, these numbers potentially will rebound over the next few years, but that's where we are. Okay, Elgin is next on this list. Elgin saw a pretty significant drop for the prices there. So if you are looking at Elgin, it might be a good time to actually buy an Elgin, because Elgin went from 364. A lot of people want these better price points, right? These lower price points. Went from 364 down to 305, which is almost $60,000 drop, which is negative 16%. So if you're looking for deals, Elgin might be a place to look for a deal, but Elgin is still up from the height of 2021, 18% up, which is $47,000 positive from the height of the market 2021. So what do you think about that? Where do you think we're going next? We are going to Pflugerville. Pflugerville's down $97,000 from the peak in 2022, which is down almost 20%, 19.5%. If we compare that to 2021, it's also down $30,000 from there, which is negative 7%. Don't be fooled. Some of the ones that we get at the top of this list are still positive from 2021. So here we go. Next is Jarrell. A lot of people look at Jarrell last year. Jarrell saw a peak of 368, now down to 294, down 20% from the peak. Now this is down $73,000, a pretty significant jump. If we look at that compared to 2021, we're actually up 13% from 2021, $34,000 price appreciation. So if you bought before the peak in 2021 or around the peak of 2021, you're still in great shape. Cedar Park. Cedar Park's next on this list. Where do you think we're going from Cedar Park? I mean, there's only a few other spots we can go from here. But Cedar Park saw a $600,000 drop down to $472, $128,000 drop, negative 21% drop. That's a pretty big drop for prices in Cedar Park. So some of these outlying areas did not fare as well as some of the zip codes in Austin, but that is down 11% from the height of the market, which was at 530 in 2021. It's $58,000 down from there as well. So Cedar Park kind of getting hammered there. Next on this list, going up the list, these numbers are going to get bigger. Del Valley is down $107,000 from their peak at 432 down to 325. So a negative 25%. That's crazy to me. But if you bought in Del Valley back in 2021, you're still 14% positive, $40,000 price appreciation from 2021. That leaves us with only one left. What do you think it is? Lago Vista was one of those areas everyone was asking me about. I was getting asked all the time for videos on Lago Vista, and I wasn't too high on Lago Vista. In fact, I think in that video, I did Lago Vista versus Bastrop, and I gave Bastrop better odds. In fact, Bastrop's still up positive 12%, whereas Lago Vista is down 29% from the peak, from 530 down to 373. So if you're looking at Lago Vista now, it might be a good time to jump into Lago Vista, looking at prices coming down and getting a little more affordable. From the height of 2021, we're down $47,000, which is negative 11% from the height, Lago Vista. There you go, Jeremy Knight, the Knight Group. Share this video. If you're looking to buy or sell, give us a call, especially if you're a seller right now. Things are about to get really crazy. This is getting filmed in March. You better have your house on the market very soon. Jeremy Knight, the Knight Group. We'll catch you next video.